Oh, Eric, you're muted.
There, is that off now?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
All right, well, let's go ahead and call the Parcel Map Review Committee meeting of June 12th, 2025 to order. It's 2 p.m. Adriana, can you do a determination of quorum for us?
Yes, Rob Pierce,
Present.
James English,
Present.
Wayne Handrock,
Present.
Eric Young,
Here, thank you.
and Dale Way.
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate that. Let's move on to agenda item 2, the ethics law announcement and instructions for providing public comment via Zoom telephone.
All right, just give me a moment here.
Take your time.
All right, Jen Gustafson for the record. I'll start with the ethics law announcement. Members are reminded that if with respect to any matter or any person coming before the committee today, number 1, you've received a gift or loan. Number 2, you have a pecuniary interest. Number 3, you have a commitment in a private capacity, such as a family, employment, business, or similar relationship. Or number 4, if you've provided representation or counseling before an agency to a person or entity for compensation within the last year on a matter that's being considered here this afternoon, please remember to disclose that gift, loan, interest, commitment, or prior representation at the time the matter is being considered. And further, you must abstain from deliberation or voting on the matter if it's clear that the gift, loan, interest, commitment, or prior representation would materially affect the independence of judgment of a reasonable person. Committee members are also reminded that under your bylaws, if you've had any contact outside this meeting with any persons interested in a matter coming before the committee today, you should disclose the nature of that contact at this meeting. I'm also going to go ahead and read the instructions for providing public comment. This meeting is being held via Zoom webinar. To participate via Zoom, you can log into the Zoom webinar at the link that's found on the first page of today's agenda, or you can join by typing zoom.us into your computer, click join a meeting on the Zoom website, and enter meeting ID 831-3388-3067. If anyone has any technical difficulties today, you can join us by telephone only by dialing 1-669-900-9128 and enter meeting ID 831-3388-3067 and pressing pound. As far as public comment is concerned, if you're joining us via Zoom and you'd like to provide any public comment, you can do so by raising your hand during any of the public comment periods. If you're joining us via telephone only, you can press *9 to raise your hand and *6 to mute or unmute. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. We'll move on to number 3, the appeal procedure. Most decisions rendered by the Parcel Map Review Committee are appealable. If you disagree with the decision of the Parcel Map Review Committee and you want to appeal its action, call the planning staff immediately at 775-328-6100. You will be informed of the appeal procedure and application fee. Appeals must be in writing and must be delivered to the Planning and Building Division within 10 calendar days from the date that the decision being appealed is signed by the Secretary of the Parcel Map Review Committee and mailed to the original applicant and the proceeding being appealed in accordance with Washoe County Code. An appeal of the Parcel Map Review Committee's decision on the tentative map may be made to the Board of County Commissioners in accordance with Section 110-9-1220 of the Development Code. An appeal of the committee's decision on a final parcel map may be made to the Board of Adjustment in accordance with Section 110-9-1210 of the Development Code. We'll move on to item number 4, public comment. This is public comment to be limited to 3 minutes per person and may pertain to matters both on and off the agenda. However, action may not be taken on any matter raised during this public comment period until the matter is specifically listed on an agenda as an action item. Comments are to be made to the Parcel Map Review Committee as a whole. Adriana, do you see any public comment for us to start with today?
I have no hands raised for public comment.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to number 5, approval of the June 12th agenda. I don't have any reason to change this agenda. If anybody else does, uh, either make a motion to that regard or let's have a motion for approval.
This is Rob. I make a motion to approve as written.
Thank you. I have a motion for approval. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Wayne Handrock, second.
Thank you, Adriana. Did you capture a second there?
Yeah, Dale Way was first.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Today's agenda passes unanimously. Let's move on to number 6, approval of the May 8th draft minutes. Once again, I have no need for a change. If anybody has a need for a change, please make a motion in such regard, or can we have a motion for approval?
This is Rob. I move to approve as written.
Thank you,
James
Rob.
English, second.
So we have a motion and a second for approval.
Wait, I don't. Who was first on that second?
I only heard James.
Okay, thank you.
We have a motion and a second for approval of the May 8th minutes. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. All
Aye.
opposed? The May 8th minutes pass unanimously as well. So we're moving on to the meat of today's agenda, project review items number 7A, tentative parcel map case number WTPM 25-0005 for Smith. And we have today Tim Evans to tell us about this application. Tim, are you with us today?
Tim is on. I'm just waiting for him to be moved to the panelist side.
Sure.
Tim, can you hear me? You should have received that promotion option. Okay, good. I got a message from Tim saying he's here, but it's not working. I'm not sure what that means. Can you unmute your mic, Tim?
Can you hear me now?
Okay, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I don't know what
Thanks,
was going
Tim.
on.
Well, it
Let's see here.
happens, but you're here now, so thank you. What can you tell us about this parcel map for Smith?
Okay, he's joining us as a panelist, so we can see his screen.
All right, now it's working the way it should. Let me share my screen real quick and turn on my video. All right. All right. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay, good. And part of it could be my internet. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're a little
All right, so
jumpy, but
anyways.
let's go ahead and do it. Mm.
And he's gone.
I think Tim's having some internet issues today.
I think so too.
So, Jen, what do you say about opening up number 5 again and doing 7B while Tim works on this?
I think that sounds great.
Okay. How do we do that? Do we just go to 7B or do we have to open up 5?
Yeah, no, just go to 7B.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you
And then
very much.
we're gonna come back to Tim when he's
Yes.
ready, unless I see him now. I don't know.
It looks like
Yeah, if
he's
we can-
on.
I'll try to smoke. Can you see that?
No, we can hear you, but we don't see your screen, Tim.
How weird. Um, well, I can just go through it real quick. Even though as long as you can hear me, I think that works too, right, Jen? Is that good enough, or should everyone be able to see my screen?
Yeah, legally, everyone has the supporting materials, everyone has the staff report, so you can just reference pages of the staff report if you'd like.
I've got
It's not a
staff-
legal issue.
Thank you, Jen. That's great. I've got my staff report. I can do that with him if, let's go ahead and do that, Tim. Maybe.
Okay, Tim's not on anymore, so let's just go with Julie for now.
And Julie is here?
Yes, Julie's on.
All right. Can you message Tim for us and let him
Yes.
know that we're gonna give him a chance to maybe start, stop, restart, whatever he needs to do? And
Okay.
we'll be back to him in a moment. So we're gonna move on to 7B, which is tentative parcel map case number WTPM 25-0006 for Carroll Drive, the Duran family. Julie, let's see if you're having any better luck with your networking today. What can you tell us about this one?
I Julie is technically on.
As a panelist?
Yeah, but she doesn't have her mic or camera on.
Sometimes they don't work.
Let's see. Let me message her. Please stand by.
It's the microphone and the camera that we've all been having issues with over here. Oh, you've been out for a little while, John. I don't know if you were, we've all been having camera and audio trouble.
Great. Okay, I'm not getting any
So
response from.
I have an idea. Jen, as you mentioned, we have our staff reports. We've all read them. We theoretically would have any questions or concerns or be able to talk about our conditions. I'm not sure that we technically have to have this presentation. I think I can ask for, is the applicant with us today on either of these, A or B?
So Eric, what I would just recommend is it looks like Julie has her mic off. Like, let's see if we could at least get them on. Either of them
I'm
audio.
here.
Oh,
Okay.
there she is.
I apologize. I stepped away because I thought he was going to go and I wanted to get something to drink in case. I'm sorry.
Oh, great. Good.
Shouldn't
I'm
have
glad
stepped
it
away.
wasn't, that's so good to know it wasn't a technical issue. That's far better. We're ready for you, Julie. We'd like to start,
Okay.
The agenda item 7B, WTPM 25-0006,
Okay.
Carroll Drive, the Duran family. What can you tell us?
Trying to share my screen. There we go. Sorry. All right. So this is tentative parcel map for Carroll Drive. And they're requesting to divide a vacant 24.7 acre parcel into 4 parcels. 3 parcels that will be 0.28 acres and 1 parcel that will be 1.64 acres. Is this advancing?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. So here's a view of it. You can sort of see it's out off of Sun Valley Boulevard, and then on the right you have a closer view of the parcel. You can see it's a vacant parcel, fairly large for out there. The property is zoned medium density suburban and it has a potential of 7 lots. However, they're just doing 4, and the required minimum lot size is 12,000 square feet. And the minimum lot size on this is 12,231 square feet. I want to just, and that's parcel 2, which I'll show in the next map. Here, I'll show in the map. I made an error in my staff report. I gave the wrong minimum on the size of this parcel, so I apologize for that. But this is the correct amount, is 12,231 square feet. So you've got parcel 1, this is parcel 2, this is the smallest. Parcel 3 is this one lower down here, then parcel 4 is fairly large. And I'll go on to the next slide because it does have a flood area on it. I want to also make note that this was previously approved for a parcel map in March 9th of 2023. However, the tentative parcel map expired in February of 10th of 2025. So they're basically coming back in for a redo. And I should say that, like I said, it's medium density suburban, and the front setbacks are 20 and the rear and front are 20 and the side are 8. However, there's no structures proposed on the parcels at this time. So I did want to show the FEMA flood data that was provided, and the property is within the floodway, and Washoe County Engineering did review the application, and since there are no structures being proposed at this time, no flood-related conditions are required in the parcel map. However, when they do come forward with any kind of building permits, the applicant will have to comply to Article 416, flood and hazards of the Washoe County Development Code. The parcel is located in the Sun Valley plan area, and there are 2 pertinent policies for that area. One concerning the community water and sewer, and so I wanted to point that out. And then there's one more on the next page, which is concerning new parcel restrictions, and basically that the creation of any additional parcels in any regulatory zone within Sun Valley area plan is restricted to be recognized by the area's water purveyors. And the application was reviewed by Sun Valley GID, and the parcel will have to get GID water and sewer when they move forward with any kind of structures on the property. Various agencies did review the application, and their comments are included in the staff report, and agencies with conditions are included in the conditions of approval. And I provide a possible motion, and I'm not sure if the applicant's online or not. They were aware of the meeting. And I'm available for any questions.
Thank you, Julie. Does anyone on the board have any questions at all on this? From the looks of it, it's pretty straightforward. Julie, I do have a question. And maybe it's for the applicant if they happen to be here. Do you know why they're only doing 4 parcels? Is it so they can do a parcel map instead of subdivision? This seems to me like an area, or maybe it's because of the floodway.
I think the
This seems to me
floodway.
like one of the areas that we would have encouraged a higher density, would have encouraged a regulatory zone amendment up to HDS. This is a great I've actually noticed this parcel when I've been reviewing county parcels for potential infill. And this is one of the few spots in Sun Valley that is a large vacant parcel that could be considered significant infill and could be ripe for rezoning to a higher density. And I'm wondering why the property owner never considered that or never talked to us about that.
My understanding was because of the floodway, but I'm not sure. Is the applicant online?
This is Ryan Sims. I'm representing the applicant.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
How are you guys?
Good, thank you.
Good. Yeah, I mean, several different things were looked at. There's an adjacent property behind this along Leon Drive that's owned the same owner. They looked at subdividing both parcels together at one point and what it would take to subdivide this one. The decision was made kind of based on the cost of full subdivision improvements
Okay.
versus, what the market would bear for selling lots. So I think the idea is to, subdivide this piece. We're still looking at on the Leon Drive side, that other parcel at some point, subdividing that into 4 parcels over there as well. But it was basically based on economics,
Sure, yeah.
having to
That's
do,
fine.
having to do full subdivision improvements with the floodway and the yield and stuff that you would get. It just didn't make sense.
Okay, thank you for jumping in. I appreciate that answer. As you move forward, I encourage you and the landowner to look at this, a standard that we have called cottage court development. And see if you have any interest in using these parcels for cottage court. It's your
Sure.
parcels, bring forward what you feel is right. But it's a brand new use type that we have that nobody really even knows we have.
Okay.
So I'd like to just make sure you know that we have something in our code called cottage court that might work for you on these parcels.
Okay.
All right,
We'll
thank you
take a
very
look.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did anybody have anything else? No, that's, see if we have any public comment on this, Adriana?
No hands raised for public comments.
Okay, then I think I'm gonna bring it back to us. Do we have anything that we'd like to add? Are we done? Okay, I think I'll entertain a motion for this. Julie, can you bring up on the screen again, share your screen one more time with your proposed motion for us?
It's in the staff report if I can't also. It's coming.
Thank you, Julie. Is there anyone interested in making this motion or one that they're more comfortable with if you would like to make your own?
James English, I can make the motion. I move after giving reasoned consideration to the information contained within the staff report and the information received during the public meeting that the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee approve parcel map case number WTPM 25-0006 for Drawn Family LLC, subject to the conditions of the approval included in Exhibit A with the staff report, and make the determination that the following criteria is or will adequately be provided for pursuant to Washoe County Code Section 110.606.30E.
Thank you, James. Do we have a second?
Dale Way, second.
Thank you, Dale. We have a motion and a second for approval. I'll call for the vote. All in favor, aye.
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 All opposed? That agenda item passes unanimously. Thanks very much, everybody. Let's see if we can jump back to 7A, see how Tim's getting along.
I'm just going to comment that if he can't do it, I can present his PowerPoint if it's online.
Okay. That's very helpful.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't think that I'm going to be able to share my screen and stuff like that. It seems like it's pulling too much data for some reason and kicking me out of Zoom. So, yeah, Julie, if you wanted to jump into the drive and share your screen, that's great. But if not, no worries. I can
So
just
I can do it.
Okay.
Which one is it, Tim? Is it 7 or 5? Is it Smith or Skate? I couldn't remember. It was an S
Smith.
one. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's Smith.
It's number
It's Smith.
5,
Okay.
Smith.
I knew it was an S, but I couldn't remember. Okay.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
I grabbed the right one. Is that Smith?
There
Yep,
she
that's
is.
the right one. Perfect.
Oh, slide. Come on. I'll just tell me to go move when I need to move forward. Can you see this, Tim?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
That's great. So,
Awesome.
all right. Great cooperation. Let's
All
get
right.
started.
Yeah. Absolutely. So Tim Evans, planner. So the case before you today is tentative parcel map case number WTPM 25-005. The subject property is located at 4005 Odile Court. It is developed with a single family dwelling and a detached garage, is located within the Southwest Truckee Meadows planning area and is zone low density suburban. You can go to the next screen or next slide.
Oh my gosh, now it went forward on me. Oh, wait. Sorry.
You're
There we go.
good. Thank you. So the request before you is to divide the 4.02 acre parcel into two parcels of 2.62 acres and 1.40 acres. Next slide. And so there on the screen is the tentative parcel map that was submitted with the parcel map application. And you can see the subject property that is being split is outlined in a dark gray outline. Next slide. And so as mentioned earlier, the property is zoned low density suburban, and due to the parcel size, it has a maximum potential of 5 lots on this property. However, there's only 2 lots that are being proposed as part of this division, and the proposed division meets all the minimum requirements for the low density suburban regulatory zone and the Southwest Truckee Meadows modifiers. Next slide. And so staff recommends approval of the tentative parcel map and provides the motion on the screen as well as in the staff report. And next slide.
All right.
And
Thank
so
you,
I'm
Tim.
available for questions if there are any, and the applicant is available as well for questions.
Oh, great. Julie, can you move it back to, yeah, let's keep it right there.
I
And then
will.
let's ask the applicant if they have anything they'd like to add or mention.
I do
Is
have the
this-
representative Nicole Worden. If you would please unmute and state your first and last name for the record.
Nicole Worden.
Hi, Nicole. Do you have anything you'd like to add to what Tim had to tell us?
No, I think Tim covered everything. Thank you so much, Tim. But I'm here for any questions as well.
Okay, thank you. Stay online for us. Tim, this seems to be, once again, fairly straightforward, but is that the creek on the north side?
Yeah, there is a creek on the north side, just barely beyond the north side or northern property line. There is a creek.
Will that have any, that didn't seem to have any bearing on the ability to split this parcel or really have any impact on it?
No. And that was one of the things that I was concerned with when I was doing the analysis for the project, and there was nothing in relation to county code or any other development standards that would apply.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Adriana, do we have any other public comment on this?
There are no hands raised for public comment.
Okay, do any of our committee members have anything they'd like to ask or point out on this map? Nothing today? Okay, two parcel maps with not much to talk about today. Okay. Well, my only interest was what impact the creek may have, and hearing that there's none. I just wanted that on the record. It's important to have that on the record when there's a waterway involved. I'm ready to hear a motion on this. Do we have anybody who'd like to make this motion for us?
All right, I'll do it. Go ahead, Dale. Perfect.
I move that after giving reasoned consideration to the information contained within the staff report and the information received during the public meeting, that the Washoe County Parcel Map Review Committee approved parcel map case number WTPM 25-0005 for Smith Family Trust subject to the conditions of approval included as Exhibit A with the staff report, and make the determination that the following criteria is or will be adequately provided for pursuant to Washoe County Code Section 110.606.30E.
Thank you. We have a motion for approval. Do we have a second?
This is Rob. I'll second it.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second with one bit of further discussion before we call for a vote. Tim, I think it would be great to sit down with the applicant and talk to them about how a planner will view where the front, side, and rear yards are for both of these newly created parcels. So that when they do come in with a plan for a house, it's commonly understood how we're going to view front, rear, and side on those interestingly shaped parcels. That's my final input. Does anybody have any other input before I call for the vote? All right, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? 7A passes unanimously. Thank you, everybody, for your participation and you're willing to make motions on those two items. Let's move to number 8, reports and future agenda items. I don't have any future agenda items other than what we might see for applications. Does anybody have anything they'd like to throw on an agenda next month? All right. Jen, do you have anything for us for legal information and updates?
Jen, you're not muted, but we can't hear you.
Okay,
Okay,
shaking
but it's
your
a
head
no.
is good. That works.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll move on to
What a
number
Got
day.
9.
nothing to say.
One last chance at public comment. Is there any public comment to end the day?
There are no hands raised for public comment.
Thank you, Adriana. Then we'll move on from number 9 to adjournment. We're adjourned for the day. And once again, thanks so much for participating. See you next month.